Đâu không?
Bro, ông ở nhà cả ngày đấy à?
Hả?
Ông ở nhà cả ngày hay sao? Sao chị đã vào?
Mới về nhà ăn cơm.
Ai, ôi, tôi chạy nốt cái.
Trời, trời, sao nghe giọng mệt mỏi vậy?
Tôi đang fasting bạn ạ. Tôi đang không ăn.
Vẫn cố kiếm nhiệm vụ ẩn à?
Đúng rồi. Tôi làm nó xong hết rồi tại kiểu hoàn thiện nó xong tôi nhảy sang game khác. Cái vấn đề là kiểu không thích cái thể loại mà nó cứ bắt phải quay lại cái map cũ để mà kiếm lâu vãi đi này. Mãi không xong.
Thế ông có chơi Misa không? Ông có tính tải Misa chơi không?
Ờ, ông để ông kia chơi thôi chứ ông kia chơi rồi một người chơi chứ hai người chơi nó lại làm gì đâu mà. Còn có Misa nhưng mà chắc tôi không muốn động cả, biết hết cốt truyện rồi mà chơi không có hứng nữa.
À,
Shit, từ từ đang làm cái nhỉ. Nhưng mà làm xong rồi tôi nhảy sang khác, ăn chán quá. Chapter 4, chapter 6. Ôi.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
Tầm trưa này yeah. Không có cơm nước nữa.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
Thiếu cái deck gì nhỉ? Thằng lấy hết rồi nhỉ?
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Emergency exit protocol initiated.
Corridor in the dark, which is another constellation with by an alarm in the wall. You want to hit that one?
Please.
Once you've done that, turn around. And you'll follow the corridor down. Take a left. Take a left. You'll continue forward. And there's a fire alarm right by the shell window just here. Ground and you'll see a radio just in front of you. You've got no need for this.
I had a drink. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and
This one. Now you're in 50 scale. You can restart the TV. Following the red wire on the floor, it doesn't really bear any significance. I don't know if you can restart the TV as well in the corridor. As you come upstairs, you want to take a right. Near the end here, you want to take a left and go into here. The jets are a series of windows around the room. You want to take a second note. Here, you want to look to your
discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error. Hello, my name.
right. Now that you've got this, you want to make all just your print of the created in a bound through to something. Then you want to pick up the next blueprint collectible. So hop on up. You want to grab that one. Then you want to pick up your bouncy castle again. You want to make your fairly large here into bed. Dial back into the room you were just in, and by the door you are going to see another fire extinguisher that you need to run out. Once you've done it.
Is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that. My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Okay, so we are now in chapter number 7, which is called Labyrinth. We're getting close to the end now. Turn around. We're on a timer here, by the way. Use the fire extinguisher by the door. Once you've done that one, you want to make your way around through the corridor until you reach the next fire extinguisher. So if you don't make it in time, by the way, you'll have to restart this checkpoint or chapter to make sure you get the collectibles. Follow the corridor around to the next fire extinguisher, or by the exit. As you come through this door, look to your left and you're going to find a fire alarm on the wall. You want to hit that one. Once you've done that, turn around. You want to follow the corridor down. You want to take a right. To your left and you're going to find a button to restart this next fire extinguisher. So we're on a timer here for 7, which is called Labyrinth. We're getting close to the end now. Turn around. We're on a timer here, by the way.
Emergency exit protocol
By the door. Once you've done that one, you want to make your way
all initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in
time, by the way, you'll have to restart this
10,
checkpoint or
9,
chapter to make sure you
8,
get the collectibles. Follow the corridor
error.
around to the next fire extinguisher, which is on the wall by the exit door.
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 10, 9, 8. Error. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Error analysis complete. You are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and frustration. This is inconceivable, as Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion: impossible. Reformulate.
As you come through this door, you want to look to your left and you're going to find a fire alarm on the wall. You want to hit that one. Now, you're going to take a right. You're going to take a left. The shelving just here. Continue forward. And there's a fire alarm right by the shelving just here. You're going to go through this door. Turn around, you're going to find a fire extinguisher button. And there's a
Proved hypothesis: patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion: emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction: continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
fire alarm right by the fire extinguisher. To the left hand side is another exit out of the room. You can do whatever you want in periods of time. Just when the alarm starts ringing, runs out. You can teleport back to the room again. Once again, do the same thing. Exit the bedroom. You're going to go back into the bedroom again. Once that's happened, you want to hit the alarm again one more time. The room will go dark. You're actually now in a room that is completely fixed to another direction. You drop out of the door, and you want to turn around as you can see some lights. Make your way into this room, and by these chairs just in front of you there is a pillar. And on this pillar there is a fire extinguisher. To the left of this pillar there is a chair that has an alarm on it that you need to hit again, and this is going to teleport you back to the bedroom. Once you're in here, you're going to pick up the painting off the wall, step out into the corridor, make it slightly bigger, and then you're going to go through the painting. Look to your right as you get out of the painting, you're going to find a alarm this one. Make your way around to the other side, go through the door that is just this one. Painting, and you're going to find a alarm on the wall. You're going to pull this one. Make your way around to the other side. Go through the door that is just ahead. And then to the left of you, you're going to go to the fire extinguisher. You then want to follow the corridor around. There's a fire alarm to the left and the side.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnosculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly...
Fire alarms again, they both need to be hit this time around. Once you've done that, you're going to go through this door just here, ahead. And this time around, you're going to go to the side of the door to find the fire extinguisher. You're going to take a right, and as you walk forward, you're going to fall.
We describe the finite
Direction. You're going to fall down. And as you land into this area,
and fragile nature of the dream state.
Once you've done that, you want to turn around, you want to look to the wall, and at the top you're going to find another fire extinguisher. Further down, so the doors we opened up earlier, look up to the fire alarm just above you, hit that switch, make your way down the corridor, and you're going to come across eventually another fire extinguisher. Run that one into the ground. Jump through the door, and next to your right you're going to find a crack in the skylight. You're going to go through the skylight, this is the way if you want to. You'll make your way into this kind of dark area, drop down the pipes, pop up, and now you're going to want to make your way all the way down to the other end to find the fire alarm. So
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
this lift, you want to go into pathway forward. Now there isn't something to give you a brick. You want to go into it, but it is not the exit of the level. Once this, and then to the left of that lift, there is a fire extinguisher. Your brick wall, turn around, pathway forward. Now there is a exit sign must look in the opposite direction of the way the exit sign is telling you to go beforehand. So in this case it's random. For me it tells me look to the left, so I want to look to the right. Turn around and do this back. It tells me to go to the right. See the stop sign. Drop down. So we get every single time. Direction of the exit sign is telling you to go to the right. Completed corridor 5 by doing this. You'll be able to exit out of this maze. Otherwise, it's just once you land in here, you just want to continue. And you're going to make your way over to the edge of the wall. Turn around, go back. Turn around again, slide down. Drop down to the edge. And then we need to do something here a little bit specific. So enter this room, grab yourself a can from the machine, take that out. We want to exit back into the room we were just in. There is a fire alarm, we're grabbing something, and we need to make this soda can pretty big. So make it big, place it right in front of us, and we're going to use a combination of this and that's that. So and you want to put that on top. And then once you put it
Finally, while we respect the unique progress of every patient You must understand that it is possible to
Just these glowing blue at the top.
completely exhaust your supply of dreams.
Jump onto the heights. So make it big.
Thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
Jump on correctly. The lights will your way around the corridor, so keep following it. And there's going to be a fire extinguisher by the end. That's going to fall down. You're going to drop down and you're going to fall all the way down into this room here. Use the fire extinguisher that is behind you. Make your way into the stars and just line. This time around, it's some form of strange light. Yeah. Now that light actually makes moon shapes on the wall in the game. So once you've done that, and all the stars have fallen off the picture, it's gone. Exit out, come back on to the invisible floor panel. Gone. Exit out. Okay, so once you're out, you want to use the dice. We'll make that a little bit bigger. Touch the cube just yet. Go past it. Sorry, next to it. Just past it. For some reason, and then pick up, put the cube down, put the cube down, straight
Please listen carefully.
Now that you're free of the maze, walk forward and you want to hit the alarm box in front of you. Something really weird happens, everything becomes a painting. Walk forward.
For the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a
Turn everything to the left. This is still
destabilizing dream weight.
so walk in, turn around, you'll see everything changes. Parking lot. And you want to keep walking forward until you kind of hit a wall, and you want to keep walking to the right to hit a kind of corner, which you can see is a scene setting. When you're in that corner, turn around and walk straight across to the other side, and wait for the same thing to kind of happen. As you can kind of gather, you're in a bit of a weird TV set kind of environment. So once that's happened, turn around, you'll see a room that's now appeared in the area. You need to go, as you can kind of gather, you're in a bit of a weird TV set kind of environment. So once that's happened, turn around, you'll see a room that's now appeared in the area. You need to get on top of this room for your next collectible. Don't touch the alarm inside. You need to get on top of this room for your next collectible. Don't touch the alarm inside. You need to use the cabinet here, but I was unable to do it for some reason. But if you go around the other side of the building, to the left, there is kind of like an electrical cabinet, and you can also jump up on top of this one to get on top. And when you're on top, you're going to find your next blueprint. Once you've done that, you're going to drop down, you're going to head into the room, and you're going to hit the alarm clock to close out this level. This level. You're going to drop down, you're going to head into the room, and you're going to hit the alarm clock to close out this level. Okay, so now we're in chapter 8, which is the last kind of big push. This is called white space. You're going to turn around, you're going to grab off this shelf here, the very tiny version.
This is highly unusual.
Then you're going to want to make that bigger.
It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream.
So once you've done that, make it bigger.
Diagnostic
Walk on in,
warning. Unrealistic.
past the soda machine, and we'll be back in the same room. Grab
Use
the soda
dream
you picked up a second ago, and you want to drop it on the table where you previously found it.
objects may result in dream integrity fail states.
Now you can switch between that room on your right and the clinic. So once it's down, you want to go in, and you're going to go past the vending machine again, and you go through the door, and you're now in the cardboard kind of you want to go inside, you go through the door, and you're now in the cardboard kind of replica area. Make your way around to the other side of the building here. You want to go inside. All fire switches in
Diagnostic warning. Paradox prevention protocols may not be fully implemented.
Grab yourself a chest piece from there, exit out, and then you want to pick up the clinic from the vending machine, turn around, and place the clinic in the door behind you. Paradox, go through this door, and this is going to cause the dream.
Please paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. Please paradox overload. Please overload for dream explosion. Conclusion dream overcall frame.
And then in your white space, you want to go forward, you want to make your way through the door just ahead of you, and then you want to keep going forward until you actually kind of reach the end of the corridor, and you can see some of my friends in front of you. And here there's a little pair of stairs, you want to go up the stairs, and you'll keep looking forward, and eventually you're going to fall down. Once you've landed, you're going to walk forward and fall down again straight away. And then when you hit the bottom, you're going to move this black square in front of you out of the way, and go through the door that's just ahead. This black square in front of you out of the way, and you'll go through the door that's just ahead. Whenever you're in this area, you just want to kind of keep pushing on forward, so make your way around this building, and then here, you're going to kind of get on top of the building again, like you did earlier. You're going to hop on top of the electrical box.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
Before you can reach that door, you will get teleported off and you'll get pulled to another door, which you will keep walking forward towards. Doors, to the reflection, then you want to jump down off the building and make your way to the door frame in the distance. Before you can reach that door, you will get
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
Exit signs on the wall. Pin that eventually. Once you pin that eventually you're black. You turn around, you're going to see one of the exit signs on the wall. You want to turn around, you're going to see a staircase in front of you. Go underneath the staircase to the diffuser first. Take the right edge of the map and then you're going to go up the staircase. So make your way up to the top. Follow the edge around, careful not to fall. Kind of reminds me of how it is, but and you'll get about halfway along, you're going to fall down a hole you can't see. Once you're in this area here, you're going to actually go to the right and you're going to go out of the room. You're going to make your way around to the back of the section. You're going to find a doorway just here. Enter this one, and then as you come forward, there's going to be a doorway in front of you. You take a left, you go out of the doorway just to the side, and you're on the doorway just here for that loop. This area here, you're going to actually go to the right, and you're going to go out of the room. This is the loop. And you're going to make your way around to the back of the section. You're going to find a doorway just here. Enter this one, and then as you come forward, there's going to be a doorway in front of you. You take a left, and you're going to go out
You're
just to the side.
well beyond dreaming now, and further out than anyone has
Right from that door, you're going to make
ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't
the other side over the top of the rocks just here. So hop on over, and you'll find a blue
it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
Now you've done this, you'll hop over the rocks, and you're going to continue forward. Now you can see the door leading to the next section directly in front of you. You want to ignore that, and you want to stay on the right hand side. You're going to right, and eventually you'll come to the slope that goes down. As you get to the bottom of the slope, you'll see this container-like shape. You want to make your way in. This is the last destination again. So make your way in and look around the room. There's going to be a cut here because that's the ages trying to go. Once you figure that chest piece on the table, so you can pick that one up and replace it with a square across. Stand next to the other chest piece, turn around and pick up the last one, place it on the square behind you, and you want to rinse and repeat this till you get to the other side. Once you're on the other side, go to the door, walk forward, drop down, into the white doorway in front of you, pick up the cube, which you take into the door without it, place the cube on the other side, walk through, grab the cheese wedge, turn around, put the cheese wedge through the door, walk through the same way, look to your right, you see a door up the top, you're going to make the cheese wedge as big as possible to climb up. When you curve the handle of the cheese in this game, I can never get it right, so there's a bit of dodgy going. Climb up the cheese, and then jump through the door, and then walk into this area and make your way all the way down to the far bottom as possible, just keep falling down through the different squares. As you reach the bottom of this section, you'll come to a corridor, and you want to walk forward through this corridor, it's a little bit tricky, and you'll keep falling all the way around, and as you come to the end, you want to take a left, and you'll come out of this area. Now once you're out here, you want to turn around, you want to move the block out of the way, and you'll drop through the floor here, and this is going to pretty much take you to the end of the level. You want to drop through the floor here, and once you're out of here, once you're out of here, you want to turn around, you want to move the block out of the way, and you want to drop through the floor here, and this is going to pretty much take you to the end of the level. You'll fall down through the alarm block, and once you reach the end, you want to be able to hit the alarm block button at the end of this section, so keep falling, and eventually it will put you back into your bedroom. Now that you're back in here, you want to pretty much head over to the alarm clock in the corner, you want to hit that button, and that's going to finish chapter 8 for you. You're now in chapter 9. In chapter 9, you just have to walk around as the guy is taking you. You'll just make
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
get to the end of the level, and once you get back to the main menu, you will unlock the achievement for beating the game. So yeah, you pretty much just walk around, he keeps talking, and you'll take your way outside of the level. Okay, so now that we're back in the main menu, you get the achievement for small red pawn behind the king.
Welcome back, Dr. Pierce. It's your move.
Move it off the table. You want to grab the rook that's on the far side just here. You want to bring that in behind the king. This will beat the guy in chess.
Analyzing
So I can just get the achievement squad. If you find this guy useful, drop some like.
possible moves.
That's
Calculating win probability. Analysis complete. I must resign. Congratulations, Dr. Pierce. You win.